NRL vid 090 back here with another video today, and in today's video this is just my thoughts on the rumour of Gareth Widdop possibly signing with either the Canberra Raiders or New Zealand Warriors beyond this 2021 season. Yeah, look, obviously the current situation of Gareth Widdop is that he has left Warrington. It's not official yet. The Warrington Wolves in the Super League. That's his club in the English Super League, the Warrington Wolves, and yeah, that's where Gareth Widdop is playing at the moment. And though it's not official, he is leaving the club very soon. I think it'll be all confirmed very soon because Widdop and his family, they came to move back to Australia, and they're currently living or renting a house or something like that, I don't know, in Wollongong apparently, and that's where they're staying for now until I guess Widdop finds a new NRL club to sign with for the rest of the 2021 NRL season, and of course extending to past 2021 if that does become the case with a club he does sign with in the NRL. And it's obviously Widdop wants to return to the NRL, and he wants to be back in Australia playing rugby league again, which is good, I guess, for the NRL. And since Gareth Widdop will be officially soon leaving Warrington Wolves, current free agent George Williams, who has left the Raiders mid-season, as we know, he is moving back to England due to homesickness. So he'll probably link up with Warrington Wolves. That's the talk I've been hearing, that George Williams will go to the Warrington Wolves, and will replace Gareth Widdop in the halfback role. So it's a good pickup for Warrington, by the way. So, but yeah, look, Gareth Widdop, he's obviously did this early this year, I believe. I think he was in Australia for a bit looking for an NRL club, but no offers came forward. So he's going to try it again. So he's going to try and get an NRL club to sign with for the rest of the 2021 NRL season, possibly extending past 2021. And the two clubs that are deeply keen for Gareth Widdop's signature is the Canberra Raiders are one club that is very interested apparently and have talked to Widdop, and another club that is showing some signs of interest for Gareth Widdop as well is New Zealand Warriors as well. So and this is just my thoughts on what club I think Gareth Widdop would benefit better going to, and why I think, and just my thoughts why Raiders might need Gareth Widdop, and my thoughts why the Warriors might need Gareth Widdop, So let's start with Raiders. So the Raiders, obviously, they're without a main or genuine halfback. I mean, Sam Williams so far has been replacing George Williams since he's left, and I think Sam Williams, he's done a good job, but I don't think he's like that elite halfback, not that superstar halfback or anything. Like, he's not a top 10 half or anything like that. Does a job. I don't think he's that bad as a player. Sam Williams, he always does a job and steps in when needed, and doesn't really do anything that wrong. But I think Raiders could do better. I think they need a better replacement for George Williams, since George Williams is that good. He's a star halfback, and I think the Raiders definitely need some sort of replacement for George Williams rather than a backup player to replace him instead. So I honestly think Sam Williams is a solid player, but he's nothing more than depth in my opinion. So I think it does make a lot of sense where they're chasing Gareth Widdop, because Gareth Widdop's obviously a star half. He's played or represented England a couple of times. He's played a lot of finals matches, including the grand final in 2012 with the Storm, and also playing quite a few finals matches with the Dragons, especially in 2015 and 2018 were the main years he was playing finals with the Dragons. So I think, Gareth Widdop's obviously done a lot of good things in his career, and I think Gareth Widdop, would really benefit going to the Raiders, because he's already got a pretty strong squad around him, like guys like Josh Papali, Josh Hodgson, Jack Wyden, Charles Cluxted, and he's also got Elliot Whitehead and players like that. So the Raiders have pretty much a fair squad so far. They got a really strong team, Raiders, and obviously, this year's been a pretty disappointing year for the Raiders so far, but it's not too late to turn it around. And I do think if Gareth Widdop does join the Raiders, for the rest of the year, effective immediately, like midway through this year, I reckon Gareth Widdop might be the answer for the Raiders for the rest of the season. Maybe since Raiders have faced this form slump this year in 2021, maybe with the addition of Gareth Widdop to their team could maybe get them out of that form slump even more. That could make them a real contender, or not a contender or anything, but I think it could make them contending for the top 8 possibly. Maybe the signing of Gareth Widdop could get their season back on track. I'm not sure. But I think Gareth would most likely go to the Raiders more because obviously there's been an English connection at the Raiders. You can call the Canberra Raiders the Canberra Raiders, the Great Britain Raiders or whatever. I don't know. But I think Gareth Widdop, I think he could be influenced by that to go to the Raiders, and also just because Raiders have a strong team with a lot of star players, and I think Gareth Widdop would suit in really well with the Raiders and just the players they have there as well already. So yeah, I think he'd be a great replacement for George Williams in that halfback role. Gareth Widdop for the rest of the season. We'll see if the Raiders will keep him beyond this 2021 season if that it does become the case. But yeah, I think Gareth Widdop would be a fantastic sign for the Raiders if it did happen. And just for the Warriors, I think the Warriors could also really benefit having Gareth Widdop as well. And obviously with the current situation for the Warriors, Chanel Harris-Tavita, the young halfback, Chanel Harris-Tavita, he's out for the rest of the year due to a pectoral injury. So, in case you guys didn't know that, he's out for the rest of the season. We'll get surgery on his pec, and I think the Warriors obviously are a bit low on halves now. I mean, Sean O'Sullivan's also like a good backup player, but he's nothing special. Just like Sam Williams, Sean O'Sullivan does a job, but not a star halfback or anything like that. So I think and Kei Nikorima, I think Kei Nikorima's spot could be under a bit of pressure as well because I don't think he's been that great this year, Kei Nikorima, in my opinion. I mean, there's been some good games by him, but most of the time he's been a little bit inconsistent, in my opinion, Kei Nikorima. So I reckon Gareth would just bring a lot of stability to the Warriors, of course, in terms of leadership and just class around the club. I mean, just put it this way, with Roger Tuivasa-Sheck leaving next year, they'll lose a lot of character. With Roger being gone next year, a lot of character, a lot of leadership and class around the club. And I think Gareth Widdop really has a sort of attributes like RTS does as well, Gareth Widdop's obviously a good character with good leadership skills, and also he's got a lot of skill as a halfback. So I'd say he'd be a really good signing, and just would really fit really well next year, and it'd be a priority signing for the Warriors since RTS is going next year. So I think he'd be a good leader around the club next year, especially with RTS being gone in 2022. So I reckon it'd be a very smart idea by the Warriors to sign Gareth Widdop. And I think he'd bring a lot to that club, especially, could be a good mentor for Chanel Harris-Tavita and Nikorima and players like that. But guys, what do you think about this rumour about Gareth Widdop either signing with the Canberra Raiders or the New Zealand Warriors for the rest of the 2021 NRL season? And where do you see him going? And if you did enjoy this video, make sure you do like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you in another video later on.